recording.
It's recording, yeah.
Right then, so we've got a gym session today. It's Tuesday. Yesterday we went down to York. Well, we went down to York on Sunday. Then we went and got a car, got a CRV. It was like a nice one. It's puffing out a bit of black smoke, so we need to take it for a service.
What is this? Just daily updates?
Yeah.
Live update.
But anyway, we've got a session today. So at the weekend, I had a fell race.
We were supposed to go to the gym on Sunday and yesterday, and we didn't do either of those days, so we're playing catch up.
Yeah. I had a fell race on Saturday and I put the wrong shoes on, so it meant I got blisters on the bottom of my feet. But yeah, so it meant that I was a little bit limited on the lower body stuff I could do. But so I'm going to do upper body today, and I think tomorrow I'll be fine to do lower body. Pass the mic. SingStar.
I am doing upper today. I'm actually going to have a go at the new little add-on, one of the new add-on programs that Coach Keane over here has written. Calisthenics Fundamentals, it's called.
Basically, you've got your calendar program on here. So the way I've set it up is there's 3 different types of programs. You've got, this is for the proper programming. You've got Proper Strong, which is what we're on. It's an upper-lower split. You've got Proper Athletic, which is a full body split. Proper Structural, which is a push-pull lower split. It's more hypertrophy based. So yeah, the nice thing is on some of the exercises you can select your own exercises based on like the equipment you have and your skill level, and obviously that falls on a calendar. And then from there you can go onto your program library and you can view these programs that you can follow at your own pace. So that's what Beth's doing today. You're doing one of the...
Yeah, so I'm doing my second upper session of the week, which is like only 4 exercises, which means allows for like time at the beginning or at the end to do some extra stuff to like work on some skills. So one of my goals for this year is to hopefully get a ring muscle up. So yeah, the training that I'm doing now is like not necessarily super focused towards that goal. So doing like an additional little program like that. Can't see it. You can explain what it is.
Basically, it's your prerequisite strength, like your calisthenics skills. So if you wanted to do muscle up handstands, things like that, this is kind of your foundation for it. It gets to a point where you're strong enough to start working on them skills productively. But yeah, I mean, for Beth, she's probably not far off, but I haven't put it on the program yet. I haven't put it on the app yet, so she can't follow it.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean?
What do you mean I can't follow it?
Well, you can't follow the ring muscle up one.
Oh, right, okay. That's another additional program that's coming soon.
Yeah.
Coming soon. So yeah, basically with the new app that we're using called Team Builder, there's like a lot of options to pick your own exercises, or like this one here, for example. I'm still working on this, or what are the other options? I've mastered this.
Which, when you've mastered it, it takes you on to the next level next time you do it.
Yeah.
So you can program how many levels you want people to work through on a certain skill.
And is that similar to how longevity works?
Yeah, same when you're learning like the fundamental movement skills, which is like squat, push, pull, hinge. Yeah, it's same for them. You can select whether you've mastered it or not, and then it takes you to the next level. It's quite cool, really. So it means you can sort of auto-regulate your progress. Obviously, it's nice if you submit videos or if you do anything in person, because
which you can do within the app. You can put your own videos in. Yeah. You can use the journal to keep a track of like things you're working on, or like just little notes to yourself, which is what I use it for.
Leaderboard. You can have a look at what your pals are doing, see if you're beating them.
Fist bump each other's posts.
Yeah, so pretty happy with the app, aren't we, really?
Yeah.
Onwards and upwards. Let's get into our session.
Yep, let's do it. Should we do a fist bump? post-training debrief. We've had to go onto the phone because the cameras ran out of memory, and
We've got some videos.
we've also swapped seats.
Yeah, but we didn't get loads. We're a little bit camera shy, to be honest, of filming videos in the
It's
gym.
a bit awkward.
We're
Obviously,
not quite pros, are we?
there's people in that gym, and like there's signs up that saying like, you know, people in the gym don't want to be filmed. We did ask actually when we signed up if we could do some filming, and they said it's fine. Just try not to get too many people in the background, which is what we do, which is why it's difficult because there's always people in there, obviously, and we don't want to make them feel uncomfortable.
The session was all right for me. I had to modify a little bit with the old blisters, so I did like a muscle snatch, like a high hang muscle snatch, just to sort of take out a little bit of the pressure in the heels, followed by some weighted chin ups, which I got up to 50 again for the 3 reps, but I didn't progress in terms of the reps. And then what was it? It was single arm bench, and really like single arm bench actually. Put it on a slight incline today. Not really sure why. Probably because I get self-conscious about my lower chest, even though it's really not going to make that much difference because I'm definitely not hitting enough chest in the week to cause any sort of hypertrophy. But anyway,
Why would you put it on an incline to avoid that?
Because they say, you know, you get your up fives with chest a bit more with more of an incline, which I think is true to a degree. But again, the volume that I do for chest is very low because I suppose I don't really train. There's the muscle
Scared
groups.
about getting too big boobies.
In terms of movements, yeah. And then what was it? It was there was a pull-over machine which I do with real straight arms, full stretch, because it sort of mimics like a straight arm pull, like a front lever or something like that. And then did a few leg exercises because I missed my session on Sunday due to going to get the car, or going to York, and also the blister situation. Yeah, that was me.
What's your RPE for the session?
I mean, the APRE, which is the auto-regulatory progressive resistance exercise, which is
Old thing.
what you do with the second exercise in the session. You have a rep max to hit, like 3 or a 6 or even a 10 rep max. For that, you know, you kind of push into to do as many reps as you can at the weight you're at. So I guess my RPE would be, you know, a 9 / like a 9.5. I wouldn't say a 10 because I wasn't like absolutely.
For the whole session?
But no, across the whole session as an average, it would probably be a 7 or 8.
And what about enjoyment out of 10?
Yeah, it was decent. Probably a 6.
Mine was lower. Mine was only a 5 today for enjoyment.
How was your session then?
My session was okay.
But it was only a 5.
But I was a bit embarrassed because I went in and started with the calisthenics fundamentals, and it was the first time that I've done it, and I feel like the first time you do anything you always feel a little bit self-conscious, a little bit awkward. So I was doing the straight arm pull down with the band, and it was actually harder than I thought it was going to be, so my ego took a small bruising
Because you thought straight away.
because I thought it was going to be easy and it wasn't. But I mean, the first time you do something, I feel like you do have that feeling, and then the next time it's a little bit easier anyway. I like starting with that because at the moment it's obviously quite easy, and it will get harder, so then I might split it like to the beginning and the end, but it was like quite a good way to warm up using that program. And then I sort of messed up my exercise choices. I just sort of picked the wrong thing basically, and then I just got into a bit of a kerfuffle about changing it and not changing it. So I did barbell push press, which I actually already did earlier on in the week, so I've done that twice this week, which I didn't need to do. And then I did dips because the program was set to do overhead press, and I didn't want to do that like straight after the push press.
You could do it.
I could have done,
If you're
but
really trying to work on your overhead strength, but for you, I suppose.
I just didn't want to do that, yeah. So I did dips because I've not done dips for a while anyway, and they actually did feel quite good. They were probably the best exercise today. Then I did chest to bar pull up, which was like not the appropriate time to do chest to bar pull up really, and the reps were a bit too high, and I didn't have a heavy enough band, so that was a little bit frustrating. And then I did cable and face pulls on the cable machine. Don't really like them, to be honest.
What was your RPE? So anyway,
So I'm
just
just,
a choice to choose exercises.
and I picked the wrong
And you
things,
picked
so
what
it's
you
my
didn't
own.
like doing.
It's my own fault, but we live and we learn. So next time it'll be better.
What was the RPE?
The RPE was probably only about a 7, to be honest.
I think one thing I wrote down, because at the end of the week there's like a week reflection built into the program. One thing I wrote down for last week is the importance of like planning your days and planning your sessions a bit. So, you know, you go into the start of the week having a decent idea about what days you're going to do what time, etc., and also what exercises you're going to do on them days. As I said, some of the exercises are already programmed in. You can swap them if you want to, if they don't work in terms of equipment or just the field of movement. But yeah, I think if you've got a bit of an idea throughout the week of what exercise you're going to choose, then, you know, some of them you might want to do twice a week, but some of them you might only want to do once because they're not You know, you're not really trying to push them too much.
Even if you've got a coach or a program, having the ability to have your own say in what you do is quite important, I think.
Yeah.
And it just teaches people these things, you know, like me as a person who's only trained for like a few years and I'm not like a coach or anything, it's teaching me a lot about training and, you know, what goes together and what doesn't go together.
Yeah. There's not a clear 100% blueprint. You know, you're just trying to do your best with what you've got, and you're trying stuff for long enough to see if it works or not. You know, giving it at least, like we try and say to people, try and keep to exercise for at least 6 weeks before changing it, because then you've got enough time to make progress on it and get a good understanding for it. But yeah, it's probably enough talking, isn't it?
I think that's enough talking, yeah. Yeah, thanks for watching our video. Hope you enjoyed it. Happy training. Are you going to end with what you always say?
Enjoy.
Enjoy.